the number of grown men who are like grooming kids. Like, in these grown men, like this woman has this video of a 38-year-old man showing up at her house for, for her 12-year-old son because he shared his address and just showed up to hang out. What? It's just, what kind of world do we live in? Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of the TexTenn podcast. Keith Evelyn here with Clay Blair. Clay, how the heck are you, man?
Great. Hi, everybody.
So, Clay, you got some news for everybody watching, all 15 people watching, if you want to go ahead and share.
We're going to have a special guest join us here in
special guest
in a little bit, maybe 15 minutes or so.
Hopefully it goes well. We're pretty sure that it's going to, I'm saying as far as getting the person in, I'm pretty sure it's going to work out well. Yeah. It might not. It might be a complete disaster. So this is first shot. So coming in mid podcast, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So, Clay's giving me some backstory as things that we should and shouldn't talk about, and brought up politics again, because politics always comes up, and just talking about the fact that Clay is extremely black and white.
Agreed.
I also used to be extremely black and white. In the recent years, I've been less black and white. I'm not really sure why. Like, I don't know if it's kids getting older and like trying not to be black and white on everything with them, because it's just hard to be. And I don't know what it is that's made me less black and white. But like, again, still very conservative. I feel like I do a better job of seeing other people's point of view now. It doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with it. Whereas before I would have just said, hey, you're an idiot. Why do you believe that? I feel like now I can do a little bit better job of being more, we'll call it understanding. So I'm growing. I'm growing.
Maybe I'll grow. Maybe I'll grow.
Maybe.
And be a little more understanding, but
you're getting kind of old.
There's a lot of things I'm not understanding on.
Yeah, you're getting kind of old.
I wonder what Trump is about to announce. He's doing a press conference, maybe right now.
Oh, so it's time to get my news update for the week?
Yeah, but I don't have any. What's
he announcing?
I don't know. I don't know.
But they said this morning, I don't know.
Yeah, they said this morning on the radio he's doing some announcement. It may be to show that he's not dead. Did you see that over the weekend? That there was a rumor. We haven't seen him in a couple of days, and his hand was all bruised up. He may be dead. You didn't see that?
No.
And then then yesterday they showed him getting into the limo to go play golf somewhere. Well, he's not dead.
Well, everybody was like, oh man, he's not dead. Dang, that would have been good news cycle. It's just unbelievable. No, I did not know anything about him allegedly being dead. But I mean, old people, like, they tend to bruise a lot, right? Skin gets a little thin, bruise a little bit.
This has been a thing for a couple of months that, you know, he's shaking hands constantly, shaking people's hands constantly.
Sure.
And if you look at the way that guy shakes hands, it's not a gentle,
It's aggressive.
And so his hand's probably going to be a little bruised. He's pushing 80 years old. I mean,
he is, right?
You just look at my dad and he gets a bruise.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Skin gets thin, start bruising. I mean, you're almost there, to be clear. I mean, you're basically there.
I don't bruise.
No, you just like cut your fingers off and stuff like that. You do, like, it's way better.
That's right.
Way better.
That's right.
Like, there's no bruising when it's an open wound.
Yeah.
It's easier, right? So, yeah. Labor Day weekend, long weekend. Kids never go to school full week, and this is just, it's just what we do at Flower Bluff. The thing that completely caught me, like, just by surprise. So we sparingly let our kids play video games.
Okay.
They've been playing a little, and they're only allowed to play on the weekends. Like, we're kind of strict on it. And can only play if they ask, that kind of thing. Have you heard of the game called Roblox? I would assume you probably haven't because
No,
none of your
no.
friends have kids that age. Anyway, it's a game that for kids, but also for grown men. Apparently, like people our age play it as well.
Okay.
There's like thousands of like you can make a game inside the game. Like you and I could say, "Hey, we're going to make a game." We make a game inside of Roblox, and here we go. I've played it half a dozen times with my son. Apparently, we don't let Graham talk to anybody on Roblox at all. Like he can't chat with him. He can't talk to him. Like when he wants to talk to his buddy who he plays with, he has to actually call him on FaceTime because again, he doesn't have a real cell phone. So he has to FaceTime him, then puts the phone on his chest while he sits there and plays so they can talk back and forth. Because, the number of people like like after we talk about this, you're going to see it everywhere because it'll just pop up because your phone's listening to us.
No, I'll put my phone on do not disturb. That means
you're
it's
using
not
your
doing
Mac.
anything.
It's all the same.
It's not listening.
It's all
according
the same.
to you.
No, it's listening to you. But yeah, the number of grown men who are like grooming kids, like in these grown men, like 30. This woman has this video of a 38-year-old man showing up at her house for her 12-year-old son because he shared his address and just showed up to hang out. What? And then like one of the biggest Roblox players of all time got kicked off the platform because he started telling the FBI like he would point out players that were trying to groom kids because he got groomed himself by one of the Roblox developers back when he was young. And so he started all these fake accounts to get groomed as a child and then would point it out to the FBI. The FBI goes and arrests these people. Right. And it's just mind blowing. Chris Hansen's now going to do an interview with this guy because, Chris Hansen's the To Catch a Predator guy.
Right.
Or like the people show up and think they're going to like talk to a 14-year-old girl or something like that. It's just, what kind of world do we live in that they can't play video games?
Yeah. And you wonder why again, black and white with me.
I mean, jeez.
Do you remember when that Chris Hansen show came? I mean, that was must-see TV.
Oh, it was. It was.
I think it was, 2020 Friday nights, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. It was definitely must-see TV, and it was a big deal. And, like, these guys, like, break down weeping, my wife's going to kill me. Yeah, she should.
Yeah,
like,
she should.
Because you should probably just be taken out of the whole gene pool altogether, big guy. Like, what's wrong with you?
You're welcome to leave. The cops waiting for you out the back door there if you want to go that way.
He would do that all the time. No. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to leave. I mean, yes, you are leaving. Not the way you want to, but
you're
yes,
gone.
you are gone. You're going to be leaving. So yeah, he's trying to do something with this guy. And the Roblox CEO basically came out and said, well, I mean, if you don't think your kid should be playing the game, don't let him play the game.
Okay.
Well, and that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But, and I'm super like probably hyper vigilant about social media, games, cell phones with my kids compared to the vast majority, all 15 people that are watching this. But my kids only get to have childhood one time. So I'm going to try to get that done as well as possible. I screw up enough on my own. I don't need other outside influences helping me screw them up. But the reality is like, hey, do you have no responsibility when you know that something's happening on your platform? You have no responsibility to help protect these kids that are using this and paying money to use this? Come on, man. That's crazy. It's crazy. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, I see both sides of it. Maybe I'm not black and white.
Oh, there we go.
I see
Look
both
there.
sides of it. That is as big as, I mean, I assume you're talking about a platform like Facebook. I don't think you can say,
yeah.
I don't think you can say, hey, Mark Zuckerberg, you've got pedophiles on Facebook.
Facebook actively kicks people off if they think they're a pedophile. Facebook,
Oh, it does?
all the social media platforms do.
Great.
And I mean, the reality is because they know that morally, like it's about more than just making money. At some point, like you have to protect these kids who can't protect themselves. And frankly, if
Good.
I know,
I'm glad of all that.
yeah, if I know that my friends' kids are playing this game and I don't say anything to them, I feel like I've done something wrong. So the little boy that Graham plays with, I called his mom and sent her some stuff and said, hey, watch this. Graham's not playing anymore. Hate it. I hate it because they can't play together, but not going to happen. This is why. And then she was like, oh my gosh. So she told her son, like, we're done.
You're done.
Like, as of yesterday, she's like, yeah, we're done. Like, we're not doing this anymore. Sorry. And this is why. And gave the reasons why. And
Okay.
but again, like I feel like that's my responsibility.
Was Graham fine, or is he mad?
He's fine. Okay. I mean, he's fine. He understands. He got kicked off another game before because he wouldn't quit saying things he shouldn't say with his little buddies and acting like an idiot. Like, not saying he's like really bad, but like just playing when he wasn't supposed to. I caught him playing a couple times and just like talking smack because they get into it. And like, I understand. I was a little boy as well, but the problem is I didn't have access to my buddies all over the city, all over the state, all over the country at any time. Right. So just regulating that stuff, they just get into, and like these games are also weird. Oh, here he is.
What's up? There he is.
There he is. Trace, how you doing, bud?
Hi, guys.
Let me make an introduction real quick. This is my mother and father's good son. This is the founder of the Mean Brother Place, a.k.a. the Bad Brothers Club. He'll yell at you on a boat. When you get on a boat, he's just going to start yelling at you.
Gotcha.
This is Sarah Kate and Beth's dad.
Wait, what did you say about Sarah Kate? I'm still adjusting here. I'm assuming we're live. I guess we're live. Kind of warm up. No, nothing. We're live, right, guys?
Yeah. Clay wanted you to come in hot. You're hot.
Okay. All right.
This is my big brother Trace, everybody. And maybe the next quarterback for the Texas Longhorns.
Maybe. Or UNC. I mean, they might need one as well. So, Trace, hey, thanks for joining us. Clay told me that you wanted to talk about two things very specifically today. You wanted to talk about politics in the NFL. So, speaking of the NFL, it's starting week this coming up. So, what are your thoughts?
Tell me what NFL stands for.
See, I told you.
People always do this to me, Keith. They throw around these acronyms like I'm supposed to know what the heck they
Trace,
do.
You don't know what the National Foosball League is? It's National Foosball League. Come on. Obviously.
I gotcha.
There you go. Hey, man, how are you?
Good. Thank y'all for having me.
We're excited.
I'm super excited.
We don't know what we're going to talk about.
We're talking about these child predators that are on video games that try to target kids. So, I mean, you're welcome to throw in your opinion on that, but your kids are a little bit older than that now.
My children are safe. Yeah. And so are Clay's. So, I mean,
there you go. Absolutely. So
it's Keith.
10 and one just turned 12 on the 29th of August. So I got
that's Annabelle.
Yeah, she just turned 12. It's terrible. It's like having a teenager. You know what it's like, teenager. Like you had two. Like,
yes.
Ooh, my gosh, this weekend. Ooh, I was like, man. The alien's already taken over her brain. Like one moment, she's all sweet and cuddly, and the next moment, it's like having a bobcat that you got pissed off, got dunked in water, and you're trying to be like, whoa, hang on, what's going on? Yes. So yeah, it's been interesting.
I never had to have. We never had any difficulties in my house, though. I sympathize with you, but I can't empathize because I have no idea what you're talking about. Once again,
right? Exactly. That's hysterical.
Yeah, well, Sarah Kate and Sydney are quite the frequent topics on your podcast, and I appreciate that very much.
Absolutely, because I mean, Clay is one of them is his favorite niece. Just depends on which week, right?
Hang on just a second. I mean, when they send you things like this,
again, fake news,
the best Uncle Koozies.
Fake news.
Hey, yeah. You guys are kind of blurry. I was hoping that with Yellowfin Digital Media kind of sponsoring this thing, that maybe I'd be able to see which one of you is which, or read the koozies. But I can't. Read
See, that's the problem. First of all, it's not Yellowfin Digital. It's some oil field company. They don't know how to do technology. Jeff over there doesn't have a clue, right? Rat hole drilling.
I hate to derail us, but is Jeff? I mean, is Rat Tail still sponsoring? Because
Rat Hole
drilling.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't know it, but yes, they're still sponsoring.
Yeah, they're still sponsoring. We stopped saying it because they haven't mailed us a check yet. It's very strange.
Oh,
yeah, well, it's very strange. I mean, so Jeff, he also has never listened to the podcast, so there's that. But
how exactly are they sponsoring that?
I don't know.
Can I sponsor too?
Yes,
Sure.
Jeff gave Keith a hat one time.
Yeah, like she gave it to Graham, but yeah, he gave Graham a hat in a signed baseball. So there we go. Yeah,
Well,
so
we'll
the
talk
reason
about that at the pool party this weekend.
that I'm not going to be invited to
Hey, we had the pool party.
You're not invited, Keith?
ever, never. It's very strange. You would think because I don't live that far away. It's not like I'm in I don't know, Alaska.
You got
like,
your own pool.
Wow.
I have 2 pools. Thank you.
Well,
I
you.
live further, and I have the gate code. I don't know what.
That's awkward, Jeff. If you're watching this, it's awkward, man. Thanks. Feel the love. That's not very nice, but that's fine. Whatever. I have kids, right? I have very active kids. I don't need a pool party. Thank you very much.
Do y'all know, and maybe y'all have this problem too, I can't float.
I
on my
sink like
back
a rock.
in the pool?
I sink like a rock.
I can't float.
My
You
wife
too?
thought I was lying when we went to the Dominican Republic and we went snorkeling. I was like, I'm going to need a life jacket. She's like, why? I was like, because I will sink to the bottom of the ocean. She's like, no, you won't. So I went out there and it was just straight struggle fest. And then she's like, oh my gosh, you're actually struggling. I was like, yeah, because her and her entire family can float for 24 hours without even no effort at all. But Annabelle and I sink, Graham and her, they float. It's the craziest thing.
That is crazy. That is
Yeah,
crazy.
no, me too. Either my feet
infuriating.
come down, or if I try to keep my feet up, my head goes down.
Yep, exactly.
Mom doesn't understand this. Mom says she's the world champion floater, and I should be able to do it, and I can't.
Yeah, I definitely
Can't do it. But the other thing is she can't jump. So there, she can't jump. I can't float.
There you go.
I mean, she is 78 years old. I mean,
there is that.
I
but
don't see a lot of jumpy 78-year-olds in my normal.
Hey, you're the
don't
one
know.
that got her the gym membership. Thank you, by the way. She still goes to that
She used
gym
to
every
jump.
day.
She had a little leg. I don't know whether do you even remember her leg issue.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I was
You
little.
were pretty. You were pretty young then. So Keith, I'm 6 years older than Clay, and so we lived together until he was in 7th grade, and then not again until he was out of college.
sure.
And so that gap of time, there was a lot of things that happened that I can't help you much.
Sure. Yeah.
About him and his life. But up to the point where I left for college, and I guess that was when you were in 7th grade. You were starting
that's right.
7th grade when I
Feels right.
when I went to college. Yeah,
Feels right.
yeah.
So where'd you go to college, Trace?
I went to A&M.
A&M. Okay. So you're the weird yell leader people.
I'm not
gonna
a
let
weird
y'all two
yell
go at
leader.
it.
Yeah, but you were in the stands with those people.
I
doing
think
their
you came
yells.
home from college one year claiming that you were going to be a yell leader.
I claimed a
awkward.
lot. I claimed a lot when I came home from college. Yes, I did. I'm sure that was one
It
of
was
them.
cool.
Yes,
It
I'm
was
sure
cool
that
when
was
he'd come
one of them.
home.
But no, I never really aspired to be a yell leader. I love Texas A&M. I have
The cult,
been part of
known
this.
as?
This is the caveat. I've been part of the College of Agriculture since the day I walked in there, and still am. I support a whole lot of things that happen in the College of Agriculture, but sports has never been. I know that both of you are, and I think more so you, Keith, are super sports fans. I'm really not. So
Gotcha.
The last whole football game I watched was when Clay and I went duck hunting last year at the end of September, and I didn't have any choice. The duck hunting was over. We were in Port O'Connor where there was nothing else to do.
Sure.
But be with him. And if you're with him on a Saturday afternoon,
You're watching football.
you're watching football. And so, yeah.
But
and
not Texas Tech.
Yeah. And not Texas Tech. Yeah.
Which is just strange.
Yeah. You know, he speaking of Texas Tech, this is a funny story about him that I do remember well, even though it was during that time period that we weren't living together or anywhere near each other. He refused to let us come to college graduation because he wasn't going to walk. I'm just not going to walk. That's dumb. He said,
Sitting there the
I'm
whole
just not going
time.
to do that. So none of us, my mom, my sweet mom, who raised him, my father, who tried to raise him, and me, we didn't get to go to college
I don't blame
graduation
you.
because
Yeah.
he didn't walk, but he did. He did walk.
I ended
He
up
walked.
walking.
And then we weren't there.
One of my
idiot.
friends that was graduating the next day, I mean the same day. In fact, our names were, we sat next to each other on the floor. His last name was Bowman Blair. Anyway, Mr. Bowman guilted me in, even though nobody was going to be there, guilted me in to go ahead and do
That's
it.
hysterical.
So I did it.
So I didn't graduate, college dropout here. Had I graduated, there's no way I would have walked. I walked for high school because my mom forced me to. I was like, this is so dumb. We are like celebrating the fact that I could get through 4 years of like mediocre education. Congratulations to me. Like, just not like, I'm not impressed with myself.
Keith, that brings up a good kind of segue. I'm here also as a representative of the TexTenn Nation.
Oh, there you go.
And we are still all wondering some details about you that you could really clear up in about 2 or 3 minutes of telling us about where you grew up and where you went to high school, where you went to college, and how you ended up in Corpus Christi.
You gotta go back to the first episode.
Texas A&M Corpus Christi. If you do that right quick, we would all love it.
If the first episode we shared it all, but I'll do the 2 to 3 minute version of it. Okay. So born just outside of Chicago in Valparaiso, Indiana, lived in Couts, Indiana, itty bitty little town in northwest Indiana. When I was 5 years old, moved down to Oak Ridge, Tennessee, which is where they built the atomic bombs that they dropped on Japan that ended World War II.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was called the Secret City. It was, was guarded, fenced, everything before we lived there, obviously. But it's right next to Knoxville. I went to Oak Ridge High School. Very good education, actually, for the area. Like it's kind of like Flower Bluff here, like of public schools, the best of what's available. Went to the University of Tennessee. Didn't want to, but they were the only people that were going to give me a full ride for academic. So ended up going because I didn't have any money and my parents weren't paying for college. So got a academic scholarship to the University of Tennessee, did 2 years of that, dropped out of college to open a liquor store, did a cash out refinance on my house, opened a liquor store at 20 years old. That was my first business, and then kind of bounced around various different businesses. Ended up in the car dealership industry where I met my wife because she worked for the software company. Convinced her to move from DFW to Knoxville and come to work with me. So we worked together. And then we had 2 kids 13 months apart. And we moved to Corpus Christi where she's from. So here we are in Corpus Christi. So we've been here now. May was 10 years. I live across the street from my in-laws right there. And my kids have in-laws, grandparents right there. Great grandparents are that direction half the year. And then my parents live about a mile away. So we have all the help in the world now to raise 2 feral little children.
That's pretty great. And are your kids in Flower Bluff Public School?
Yeah, they're in Flower Bluff. We started off, because we live out here on the island, we started off at Seashore, but the GT program was not fantastic. So we went to Flower Bluff. They like it. I mean, it's good. Good school.
Good.
As far as sports, Deanna ended up graduating from TAM UCC. Is very involved. She's on the alumni board there. Big into sports.
Just now.
Yeah, in general, and so I see Jag at lots of basketball games.
Oh, you know the chief?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yep, I do.
He's one of he's one of the people that is. I can go back as far as I can go in my memory, and Jag was there.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Good guy.
Yeah.
But so that's it.
Well, good.
Yeah. So and then we have Clay, who's black and white, old man, grumpy old man, just hanging out with. And again, so you say we're blurry. He's the only one blurry to me. You're clear. I'm clear. He's super blurry like usual, which is just the software we use.
Yeah.
But it's because his internet's terrible out there. Is my my
I don't
assumption.
think
Or
that's
he
right,
doesn't know how to use it.
because you're blurry right now, and me and Chase aren't.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Chase, I was thinking that I've been wanting to tell this story for a long time on this, and just never had a real opportunity to do so. I was thinking last night though about different things, and one of those things I thought about was when you wanted to start rodeoing. Tell the story about how Dad equipped himself to get us to the rodeos.
You just want you just want my scarf.
I mean, I've already made Dad a legend on this thing.
I feel like I was almost healed. So we had my grandfather was given a horse by his neighbor. Her name was Missy, and that happened
The neighbor of the horse.
The horse's name was Missy.
Yeah, the
Okay.
horse's name was Missy. So that happened before I was born, and then I was born, and then we had Shetland ponies and things like that around, and so we would learn to ride on Shetland ponies, but Missy was pretty high strung, and so I didn't start riding her until I was probably, I don't know, 10 or 11, something like that. And so at some point when I'm about, I guess, 14, I decide I want to rope calves. I want to start roping. Well, so no problem. So we'll just go to the farm and get Missy. Missy, who has never, I mean, I'm sure somebody has spun a rope over her head.
Right, but that's it. Yeah.
But we'll just go get Missy out of the pasture, and we'll built-in roping horse. Well, Missy knows less about roping than I do, and that's really not the way you're supposed. By the way, Dad doesn't listen to this, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Dad,
let's see. What is he doing right now? Listening to this, rolling his eyes, or
so
laughing,
so we go get Missy. We go get Missy, and now I start roping. We go to the. I think it was on Tuesday nights at the old Robstown Arena that I'm sure is torn down now.
Yeah.
And that's where we would pay, I don't know, $5 or $10.
I think it was $5 a calf.
$5 a calf. Something like, yeah. So then we would, I would walk this horse into this place where she's never been, into a roping box that she's never been in, and away we would go. And I was not all that great at it. Finally, I convinced him that Missy needed to be replaced by something that actually had been trained for this event that we were doing. And I think probably what he was doing was testing to see whether or not I was going to stick with it.
Sure.
And not, jump in with a expensive calf horse that may or may not get used. So we bought Pepper, one of my good friends called Flower, because that was his demeanor. Flower is really not what you want to take. That's not what you want your roping horse to be called.
No.
For the name to be appropriate. And so Flower wasn't much better than Missy. And then in order to get Flower to the rodeos, we didn't have a horse trailer. So Flower came from some friends of mine who did indeed start roping and didn't want to do it anymore. So we got Flower for the bargain price of $500. And I rode Flower from their house to my house because we didn't have a trailer to put Flower in. So then we had to have a trailer. Well, I start looking at trucks and trailers like I know that we're just about to get one. And Dad had a company car. It was a blue Delta 88 Oldsmobile.
Oh, there you go.
And one day
he
came home with the back end of that car jacked up like this. And he said, I don't remember the conversation because I was a little mortified.
A little.
And a blue 2-horse trailer matched. I mean, the paint was identical. Matched perfectly.
There you go.
He had air shocks built onto installed onto the rear axle of that Delta 88 Oldsmobile, and you could pull down the license plate and air it up, and it would stand up like this, and then you put the trailer on it, and it would level out. And that's what he took That's what he took me to my first rodeos in, and parked next to the people in the double cab dualies with the giant horse trailers and all of their horses. And we would unload swayback. We would unload swayback Flower, who would come if I did happen to catch a calf. Flower would walk up behind me and look over my shoulder as I was tying it. And that's, again, Keith, not
the way you wanted to. It's supposed to go the other direction. Right. Yeah.
So it's no wonder that I never really reached my potential in rodeo. I felt like that I still, to this day, my dream would be to PRCA calf roper. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen now, but I truly believe that that's probably why. It didn't have anything to do with my ability. It was the start.
Sure,
so we did things a little different with my children. That's a picture of young Sarah Kate at Abilene at the state high school finals, which I never experienced.
You never got there.
State high
you
school
got
finals.
to experience it here. That's you standing right there.
Yeah, that's
me.
me.
It's better to experience things through your kids than it is yourself, right? That's what they say anyway.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how the rodeo career started.
I had forgot about Missy and Flower or Pepper, but I did need you to hit the Oldsmobile match to the two horse trailer.
That's the car I took to college. Not only
Old Blue.
Let's just continue the scarring. Go to Texas A&M, but take Old Blue, and that's what
Old Blue.
Yeah, we called our Old Blue, and that's.
Do you think Dad paid for the air shocks to be put in that company car?
I absolutely do. I will tell, and this is why. This is a good story about Dad. When I was in college, I got hired by a chemical company, and I had an expense account. And one of the lessons that I remember most starkly about Dad was him teaching me the ethics of expense accounts. And he told me from the very beginning that expense accounts are the easiest way for you to get fired. And they're the easiest way for you to build respect among your bosses. Wow. So basically never cheat on an expense account. So I'm absolutely certain that the company who owned the car did not pay for the air shocks. Now, they may not have known about the air
the question
shocks.
Is, did they want
that we were using
did
it
they
to
know
go to rodeos? Yeah. If I'd have been smart enough, I would have sent in a message that, hey, just so you know, one of your employees is using his Delta 88 Oldsmobile for rodeo purposes. You better shut this down.
Right. Gosh, that's
he really could use a truck if y'all have one of those laying in the back.
Any chance you got one of those laying around anywhere?
You got something with a bed on it.
Oh my gosh, that's freaking hysterical. So I guess my question is what happened to Missy and Flower?
Well, I'll take over Missy. That's really the horse that I learned to ride. Dad, I was starting to rope, but more needed to learn how to ride. And so Dad made me do all the stupid speed events, run barrels and poles on this horse that knew less about barrels and poles than it did about calf roping.
Yeah, see, I missed all. I was gone by then. I missed all that. Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
She was a great horse. She was a great horse. She just didn't know anything.
Right. So what happened to Flower though?
I don't remember who ended up with Flower. We sold Flower, but Missy actually died at the farm after I got out of college. I don't know how old that horse was.
Gosh,
I don't know exactly when she was born, but it was into the 2000s before she died. And I don't remember exactly what year it was, but she lived a good long life and then got to retire again. She thought she was retired before.
She thought she was retired before she started her rodeo career. She's like, what the heck is going on here? That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah, so it sounds like Flower probably not the best horse for the event based on the fact that I know more about it than he does, and I don't know anything about rodeo, so that's a problem.
Exactly.
That's a problem. But interesting. See, my kids were talking about rodeo this weekend, and I was like, no, I've been to a rodeo before. I've been like 4. I've been to like 3 in Corpus and 1 in Knoxville, like way back when I was probably their age. Yeah, I know nothing about They were asking me all sorts of questions. I'm like, I don't know. Sure
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. But I will say that I adopted some of Dad's techniques when we started. By then it was everybody had horse trailers that you can stay in, that you can live in.
Oh yeah,
Air conditioners and slide outs and all the things. Well, I wasn't about to spoil those two girls, so we went in a tarp top stock trailer that has 3 compartments. And we designated the front compartment to the living quarters. And we had a cotton roll-up mattress that was stuffed in the hard nose cone.
There you go.
Pull out when we got to places in the middle of the night, and I'd throw that mattress out on the front third of that trailer. And all of the kids from all of those air-conditioned horse trailers would come over and sleep in that stock trailer with my girls. So we did that for a little while, and then we did. But I'll tell you what, that rodeo career with those girls, and going and staying in the horse trailer and that kind of thing. I mean, it was the time of my life. That's for sure. Pretty neat stuff. Pretty neat stuff. I finally sold it last year, and it was tough. It was tough to sell that thing and all the memories in it, but pretty good times.
Maybe I should start hauling a trailer around for us to sleep in when we go to these soccer tournaments. Just old
That's a good idea.
Heck yeah.
Because hotels, they're not cheap, as it turns out. Jeez. It's unreal. So we do sports instead of rodeo. Rodeo's expensive. Golly. You have to have like a second job just to afford that, don't you? I mean, unless you use a car to haul your horse trailer.
Use the company car.
Right.
I heard an episode y'all did where you were talking about Disney World and and the expense associated with Disney World, and I was thinking as you were talking about that. Yeah, we've never done Disney World. That's one of the reasons I won't win dad of the whatever the time period is, because I never took him to Disney World. But yeah, it was expensive. It was expensive.
Yeah, my daughter was trying to hit me up just yesterday to take her back to Universal Studios. I'm like, good gosh. I mean, you have to get a mortgage every time you walk into one of those places, even if it's just the two of us. I mean, it's like $800 for a day. It's crazy. Yeah. Plus food, plus.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a ski trip too. Snow skiing hasn't gotten any easier to afford either, but
yeah, like I'm pretty much done going out to freaking Lake Tahoe because it's just so dang expensive. There's just smaller places that are cheaper. Tahoe itself is just nuts. Just absolutely.
Clay, have you been to Tahoe?
No.
I haven't been to Tahoe either. I would like to try it someday.
It's a Vail resort though. It's it's not
expensive.
Any cheaper than Vail, Keystone, Breckenridge, any of the rest of them.
But yeah, Keystone and Breckenridge are way better though, in my opinion.
Keystone's my favorite place.
Yeah. I mean, Keystone. If I had to pick between the two, I'd definitely pick Keystone over Tahoe.
Trace is shaking his head. There's a run at Keystone. I don't remember what it's called. I wasn't with them at this point, but it's a pretty steep run. And Trace again, kind of like Dad. Trace is going to pack sandwiches and shove sandwiches in everybody's pockets because it's not that he's Clayton Neal or Chase Shearer that refused to stop for lunch.
No, we stopped.
Trace isn't spending money to eat. So
I agree. I'm the same way.
He's packing sandwiches and
I carry everybody's beer. I don't drink the beer, but I carry it all.
Well, Trace goes sliding off down that hill, and he didn't get to eat his. Well, what did you eat the smashed lunch?
Yeah, we actually had coffee
sandwich?
cups that say ... or your sandwich will get smashed. The girls. So we had never skied Keystone, but Clay, as it's his favorite place, So he's you got to go to Keystone. You got to go to Keystone. So we're skiing Breckenridge, which I know like the back of my hand, and there's no and conditions are always good, as long as they're, you can find good conditions at Breckenridge if you ought to be there in the first place. But anyway, we go to Keystone And the girls always laugh at me for having conversations with whoever's on the ski lift. You never, I mean, you never
You're one of
know
those
who you're
people.
going to meet on a ski lift. And I've had
Sure.
some of the coolest conversations with people. And so, and the girls are like, oh, and I'm
Here we go.
introducing them. You know, this is my daughter, Sarah Kate. And she's going,
Why?
Hi, how you doing?
I just checked my phone. I just want to ride up the lift, Dad.
Right.
And they're always, you know, kind of harassing me about talking to everyone on the ski lift. Well, on this, we had skied the front side of Keystone. We had done 3 or 4 or 5 different runs, and it was all fine, but we were ready to try something else. So we get on the lift at the bottom again and start riding up. And there's this older couple. I mean, older couple, like in their at least mid 60s, but maybe 70. And we start visiting with them, and they are ski instructors at Keystone on their day off skiing together.
Sure.
And so I said, fabulous, because we don't have any idea what we're doing or where we are or where we should go next. So he got these maps on the ski lift, and I'm showing them, this is where we've been. What should we do now? Oh, well, you got to fall off the back side here and down this one long run,
That is
one
right.
long,
You
straight,
fall off
blue,
that thing.
easy run. You get down to the bottom, and there's a whole new set of lifts, and you can go wherever you like. Well, sounds like a great idea. Well, y'all just come on and follow us. So the 3 of us do. At this point, I probably haven't fallen. I don't subscribe to the theory anymore that if you're not falling, you're not trying. I don't
Sure.
really care about all of that anymore. I've lost all pride. So I just, you know, want a nice, easy blue. I've got my kids, you know, we all ski together. So anyway, we fall off the backside of this, and it is nothing but one solid sheet of ice all the way
that's right.
down this narrow run that
Sure.
there's 400,000 people on.
Sure.
And by the time we got to the bottom of this thing, this older couple is going, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. We forgot that it warmed up last night on the backside of the mountain, and it hadn't snowed, so it turned into ice last night.
Yeah.
And it's just we just didn't realize it, and we're so sorry. And I was like,
Thanks.
dang.
My sandwich is smashed.
We're going back to the other side. And we got back on the lift and went right back to where we fell off on this, Devil's Run.
Right.
So we go, and now it's almost noon. I was like, I've fallen 18 times on ice. And so we go to the restaurant. I pull out the sandwiches that I'm hauling all of them, and they literally look like they've been falling on 18 times. And Sarah Kate says, see, Dad? See? That's what happens when you talk to people on the lift.
Let this be a lesson.
So
That's
so now we have
hysterical.
coffee cups that say, or your sandwich will get smashed.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. I love it.
I will say this about Clay, though, and in all seriousness, in that gap where we didn't live together and didn't recreate together and all the things, and he was doing his college stuff, and I'm trying to get started. I mean, I'm in law school and starting life. Somewhere along the way, he became a good skier and is
He's the
Self-proclaimed.
self-proclaimed best in
better
South
than I am.
Texas.
I don't know when or how it happened, but he can ski, and I can ski, but I'm not just going to turn my skis down.
Sure.
I mean, he'd have done fine on that ice because he'd have been going 212 miles an hour.
Right.
By the
You
time
gotta
he got
get
to
down
the
Terminal
bottom.
velocity. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you got to get down the bottom of that thing.
Anyway.
Yeah, the ice
So,
is,
yeah, that's
so
our ski.
what you just described is basically the Nevada side of Tahoe. It's really narrow and always icy, and you always feel like you're about to go flying off the edge of the mountain. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can ski, but I mean, I didn't ski the first time until I was like 17. Was the first time I ever went skiing, and then skied when I was 18, and then didn't ski again until I was like 34, 35.
Right.
Because of my ankle issues, but yeah, so I can ski, but yeah, I don't like the whole icy feels like I'm going to fly off the side of a mountain.
Yeah. Well, when I was in law school, we went on a trip we were going to Winter Park and then Vail. I tore my ACL at the top of Winter Park and went to Vail, but sat in the condo the whole time. And that was the last time I skied until the girls were, I guess, probably 10 and 6, something like that, maybe 7 and 11, something like that. And we went to Taos, which is a super mountain. I'm not a huge New Mexico ski fan, but Taos, when the conditions are good, it's a good mountain. Anyway, so there was that long period where I didn't ski, and that was the time period when he was evidently skiing a pretty good bit.
Yeah, you didn't go. Did you go skiing at all last year, Clay?
No.
Yeah, just hung out in Corpus Christi.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm going to get to. Well, I don't know. I mean, I want to take Sarah Kate and Beth with me, but I doubt very seriously Sarah Kate blew her knee out skiing last year, and she's still recovering.
Early in January. Yeah.
Yeah.
She unfortunately got her dad's
bad knees.
joint genes. Yeah. So, and Sarah Kate is a
she's really
super
good.
Technical skier. There's not many people I like to watch. Like Clay's not a pretty skier at all. He's not pretty at all. He just,
I agree.
Just a maniac. Sarah Kate is beautiful to watch. When you're on the lift and you see Sarah Kate coming down the mountain, it's like, oh my gosh, look at that kid. Yeah. And she's she's almost to the base, and is just practicing her carving, and hit a little patch of ice, ski come out from under her. And here we are 7 months later, and she's still recovering from that ACL surgery. So anyway, it's just part of it.
Yeah, I'm too old to deal with ACL injuries. I don't know. Shoot, one of the coaches, the assistant coaches at TMUCC, he tore his in a practice playing against the guys at TMUCC, and he's like, I'm just not going to get it fixed. He's like, I'm just not practicing anymore. He goes, I don't have the time. I don't have the time it takes to rehab it.
Well, I've had 3 of them, and Dad tore his ACL also. I don't know,
40 years ago,
20 at least.
No, 40.
40. What's that? 70? Yeah.
30 something. Right. 30 something years ago.
But his knee's no good now, and he needs to have it replaced, and I think probably will soon. We got another little obstacle we got to get him through, but as soon as he leaps that one, I think that he'll have knee surgery, and I don't think he would have had to had he had that ACL reconstruction at the time. Yeah. Yeah.
So my question to you, completely unrelated to anything, why'd you become an attorney?
I had visions of protecting the agricultural industry that I loved so much.
Okay.
And still do. I'm still super involved in what we call agricultural law. But that's really what it was. When I went to college, I knew that I wanted to at least have the option to go to law school. And at the end of college, which meant I had to study hard and I had to get good grades so that I could get in, because I'm not good at the standardized test taking. I'm not going to walk into the ACT without having practiced for 3 years and career the thing. I'm just not. So I knew I had to have super grades because I was going to do mediocre on the LSAT.
Sure.
Which is exactly what happened. And I got and so I applied to law school and got in various different places. And then I had to evaluate, do you really want to go to law school, or do you want, so what my career looked like I was going to be was a cotton consultant. I had gone out on my own by that time as a cotton consultant. Maybe that's a little early. It's a year early, but I was ready to do that and could do that.
Sure.
And that's good money, but it's real seasonal. It's for 4 or 5 months at best. And that includes that. And it's only that long if you're moving up the country and helping other people. But anyway, I decided that I did not want to do. I was guiding hunts in the winter and being a cotton consultant or a chemical. So the other thing that both of us did and that both of us could still be doing is selling agriculture chemicals.
Sure.
And I just decided I'm gonna go to law school, and I can still do all of those things if I want to, but I'm gonna go on and go. And so then I did. I did well in law school, and when you do well in law school, you get job offers at reasonably decent firms. And so I got that, and I took it and came back to San Antonio and moved to the ranch. And here I still am.
There you go.
I'm not at the great big law firm anymore. I started at a firm called Haynes and Boone. Fabulous firm. At that time, we probably had 300 lawyers, and I was there for 17 years.
Jeez.
And left there. When I left there, we had somewhere between 600 and 700 lawyers. And my girls, that drive had turned from the ranch at Charlotte to downtown San Antonio. The drive had turned into much longer than I could be a good dad and do. Yeah. So I needed to do something different. Got an opportunity to do that and put an office across the street from their school. And that made perfect sense. That was right before Sarah Kate started started high school, right about the same time Sarah Kate started high school. And so it was perfect, made perfect sense. Now that they're both gone, being across the street from the Jordan High School, I'm not sure it makes all that much sense anymore.
Sure.
But we'll see. It was certainly perfect while they were in school there. So that's kind of the brief version.
There you go. So, I mean, kudos to you for getting through it. I mean, I don't know how Clay actually got through Texas Tech. I don't even know if he actually did anything at Texas Tech, but
well,
at least one of us was successful in our
The first year, Trace locked me in a cubicle in the law school and said, "Okay, you're studying," and and I did, and I did pretty well at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
While he was there, and then he left, and
the wheels came off. I don't know about this.
I don't have to study. I kind of know what we're talking about.
I remember studying one time and it was terrible, so I just didn't do it again. Like, thanks, but no thanks.
Well, and then after he got out of school, he came back to the ranch too, and didn't live with us, but lived there on the place with us. And
that's right.
We had
best time of my life. That was awesome.
Yeah, we had supper together every night, starting then until we started the tractor dealership. So
there you go. So I just want to clarify something for Clay. So Jamie, what he meant is right. It was the second best time of his life because he prefers to eat dinner with you.
She knows how fun that was when I lived at the farm.
Yeah,
that's why she came down all the time.
That's funny.
It was fun.
Yeah, no, I was the kid who did not study. I would always do pretty well on the standardized test, and I did just enough to get the A. And if I got a B every once in a while, it's fine. It's fine. And now I'm raising that, and it's the most infuriating thing I've ever dealt with in my life. God, my son. My daughter is like, she's going to get A's no matter what. She doesn't really have to try hard, but even if she had to try the hardest anybody's ever tried it, and on the face of the planet, she's going to get the A. My son's like, I got a C on that test, but I got an A on the rest of them, so it's really not that bad. That's exactly who I was.
This kind of brings us full circle to you needing a horse, because it really does. So when Sarah Kate started school, I told her, I said, look, you can get whatever grades you want. It doesn't matter to me. But if you get anything less than an A, if you ever get a B, I'm going to sell your horse. So it's up to you.
Jeez.
And she had. So the horse that she's on in that picture behind Clay that's Eve. Eve is Chyla's little sister. So Chyla raised Sarah Kate, and we got her when they were both 5. Some people would criticize me for that, but there's a big story behind it that makes it legit. So the two of them were tight. I mean, tight. And I just told her when she started first grade, if you ever get a B, I'm going to have to sell Chyla. Don't want to, but that's just what's going to happen. So fast forward to her junior year at college. She has been extracted from maybe this is her sophomore. Yeah, I think it was the second semester of her sophomore year. She had been extracted from the College of Ag by the May School of Business who wanted her over there, and they recruited her, and she went. And she went to the professor at the end of the semester after she had gotten an 89 and pleaded with the guy and told him, you just don't understand. I don't get B's, and it's an 88 or 89. You have to give me an A. And he said, Sarah Kate, I'm sorry. I can't do it. And she said, no, you don't understand. If you give me a B, my dad will sell my horse. And he looked at her and he said, of all the years I've been doing this and kids coming in here to plead with me for an A, it's the first time anyone has ever said that. So are you telling me that you've never had a B? And she said, yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. Never had a B. He said, well, if you had gotten an A, I would give you a B just for your character building. So she got the B and fully believed, I think, that I was going to sell her horse, but Chyla's still in the pasture at home. She's good.
That's good. Yeah.
So that's what you need for Grant. You just need a horse.
I don't know that I would have enough room on my 600 square feet of grass to graze a horse. I'm just going to go on a limb and say that there's probably not enough. So, and I don't know that I'm qualified to have one either. So, yeah, probably not the best idea in the world. Probably not. So
it'll be fun.
That's funny though. No, I need to find something. But I mean, frankly, I really don't care. The only thing I care about is just stay in GT. I don't care. Like, as long as you stay in GT, I don't care if you get A's and B's. Like, the A's and B's you get in, what grade is he now? 4th, just don't matter.
Yeah.
Just doesn't matter. 5th, he's in 5th. Yeah. Gosh.
What we figured out is, and figured it out the hard way with Sarah Kate, is that if they don't stay in those accelerated classes, they have no chance of competing for rank in getting out of high school.
Yeah.
And to some people that doesn't matter. For us it did. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's again, I'm not convinced that I've said this before. I'm not convinced that my kids should be going to college, but I want them to be able to get into college if they do in fact want to go to college.
If they want to.
Yeah. I mean, because the way everything is changing with AI, college has to change by the time my kids get there, because it's different now. Because I don't know how much I've talked about it on here that you've watched. I help with a couple classes over at A&M, entrepreneurship classes. Now I'm doing a sales class this semester for some reason. I hate sales. Clay should go teach that one. He's good. But it's changing so fast that it's just a different world.
Completely. Do you use AI, Trace?
I don't. I need to.
So Trace,
in fact, one of our lawyers circulated a deal. The legal research machines, which are primarily Westlaw and Lexis, now have started an AI platform. It used to be taboo in the legal industry because people were using it and passing it off as their own work, and it was at the inception of it, and it wasn't good and it wasn't accurate. It's getting more and more difficult for people to tell the difference between people-generated work product and AI-generated work product, especially if you just do the minimal to go in and clean things up, move things around maybe a little bit, take a paragraph from here and move it, and you're good. But anyway, so I sat for an hour last week trying to negotiate. Clay and I share the same technological challenges. And I'm just not good at it. And it's not intuitive to me to be able to figure out how to make these things work in software programs that I've never seen before. Sure. So I get frustrated with it and, go on about my business. But to answer your question, Clay, I need to. I need to learn it because it's going to.
The amount of time it saves you so much time. So like this podcast that we're doing right here. When we get done, I can click a button and it can go back and it watches the entire episode. It takes about 3 minutes to do this, and it will say, "Hey, here's the top 10 moments of this podcast that you should share with your audience." Like snippets, and it nails it. Like if we were talking about something about Trump and like some super controversial thing about Trump, it would pick that up immediately because it knows that, like, hey, that would be a good snippet. That's what people are talking about. That's what people want to hear about. I mean, I use literally. I stopped using ChatGPT about 90 seconds before I got on with Clay, and probably been using it for probably 2 hours today.
Wow.
Because it saves me. It can help me do in hours what it would take me weeks to do. Legit.
Oh, yeah.
It's mind blowing. So yes, you should. You're not old enough to not be able to do it. You're just not.
No, I know. I just
do it.
have to invest the time. I
Yep.
just have to invest the time. And I tend to, I get up at 5 o'clock every morning. I go to bed at about 10:30 every night. And I don't ever sit around trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And so finding time to figure things, especially on my own,
Yeah.
if I had a bunch of young associates that were using it, it'd be easy. And that's what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to figure it out. No question about it. Yeah.
Life changing. I mean, even Clay uses it every once in a while on accident. It's crazy.
If I fall into it.
Yeah.
Hey, you just heard Trace says he gets up at 5. If you need to text
I'll start
somebody at 5,
texting
just
him.
text
That's
him.
fine.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I wake up at 5:25 every morning, and I can't text Clay for the first 4 hours of my day because I don't want to wake him up. It's the most annoying. Do you put your phone on Do Not Disturb?
He should put his phone on Do Not Disturb.
It's the most maddening thing in the world. It is so
Nobody
maddening.
uses the
I don't
stupid
do
Do Not
everyone.
Disturb.
Everyone.
No.
I've listened to you two do this, and I don't put
It's
mine
so
on
dumb.
Do Not
It's the
Disturb either.
worst.
What is
it's
wrong with
the
you
dumbest
people?
conversation that we have.
Psychos.
I mean, on the rare occasion that somebody needs to call me in the middle of the night, I need to hear it.
I agree.
My phone
Yeah.
will ring if you need to call me in the middle of the night. Like if you're
Now-
important to me, it will ring. If you're not important to me, you have to call me twice and then it'll ring.
Oh, I got you.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
It's that easy. But God,
Plus, that would be
psychopaths. Tell you what, like drives me nuts. But yes, see, I can text him though because he's awake at 5 o'clock in the morning. Whereas you, I have to wait until 9:30, and then I'm still like, ooh, is it too early? Is it not too early? I don't know if he's at work or not. Like, golly, man,
Jeez.
it's unreal. What time do you go to bed, Clay? That you stay in bed until 10
11.
o'clock?
11.
How do you sleep so much?
Huh?
That's a lot of sleep, brother.
I sleep from 11 to 7.
First of all, I've texted you at 7:30 before I woke your butt up. Let's be very clear.
Yeah. I mean,
did.
I may hit 7.
Do y'all track your sleep? Do you have watches that track
I've got
your
a
sleep?
watch. I've got that Apple Watch.
Yeah, but I can't
I
sleep
don't want
anything
to
on.
wear it while I'm sleeping. I know I'll be aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Do
don't.
you?
Yeah, I do. And it's not good.
I know it's not good.
I don't need to know about it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't-
need to know
yeah.
if mine's good or not.
Yeah, Clay's getting a straight 9 every night, so he's good. Like, he knows he's
I was
good.
going to say,
No problem.
we could look back all the way in my sleep records and never see a 9.
Right. Like,
Right.
I mean, Clay's out there hanging double digits
7.
every week. Like, what are you
7.
talking about?
That's right.
Double digits, no problem. Here we go. There's a 12.
So
There's a 12er. Like,
So
golly.
refreshed every day.
It's not right.
These people, I tell you what. All right, that's all the time. I'm running up against the deadline. That's all the time I've got. Tracy, you have to come back, man. This was a blast.
Well, I'd love to. We still have we got several things that I thought we might discuss today that we didn't, that would be fun. So
I know you want to talk about the NFL. We'll put it off till
thank you
next
both
time.
for having me. I appreciate it very much. It was fun.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.